What would you say have been the key life principles that have worked in our marriage?
I think one of the most important things that we established right at the beginning was when you, very early on in our relationship, made me promise to always tell the truth. And I remember when you said that to me, I just instinctively said yes because I wanted to be with you. And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll tell you the truth all the time. And I meant it, but I didn't have any idea what it really meant to speak the truth, because I don't think I've ever been in a relationship, not with my sister, not with my parents, not with any of my friends, where I literally told them how I felt and how they made me feel for the smallest, tiniest little things. And I didn't think it through when
when you agreed.
when I agreed to the fact that we would always be honest with each other. But very quickly into the relationship, into making that promise, I could see the benefits of that.
I remember having I remember once you were supposed to take me out for my birthday, and and we had been planning it for like the last week or so. And the night before, for some reason, you texted me saying, "Oh, I don't think I'm going to be able to make it."
Yes.
And I remember being like gutted. I remember being really devastated. Like, what? Like, what? And you called me after that. And on the phone, initially, I was like, I put on a brave face and I was like, "Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, of course, And I made it sound okay. And we put the phone down. And immediately I knew it was wrong. And we had made this promise of being honest with each other. And I had to force myself to pick up the phone again and actually and have that conversation.
Say how you really feel.
Say how I actually felt.
That has been the hardest thing.
Yeah.
That's the hardest thing, to actually overcome that resistance within you that says, no, I'm not going to tell her how I feel. I'm not going to give her the satisfaction sometimes that she's hurt me
you're vulnerable.
or whatever.
You're making yourself vulnerable.
Yeah. But that promise that we'd made to each other in an instant has really stuck with me.
Yeah.
And I just know that at any point that there is this underlying promise that we've made that no matter what, we have to say what we feel. And even if that means, addressing things that are difficult or saying something that you think is going to hurt the other person or whatever, that you've made that promise. And I think that's been the bedrock of our entire relationship.
Whenever somebody explains and clarifies what they're thinking, what they're feeling and how they feel, then you can learn to read them better. Yeah. And I think we were very early able to actually, without words, know where each other were, because of the fact that we had been on this process of being honest about how we saw things and how we felt.
You think we're better able to now understand our own emotions because we had to tell each other about them?
I think as a process, that was the development. Because even the fact that you have to reflect your emotions in a way to be able to explain it to someone makes you look at them. Otherwise, normally you get an uncomfortable emotion, and what do you want to do? You want to run away from it. You want to hide from it.
And you
want to
don't
eat something,
process
or
it.
you want
You don't process what are the actual feelings?
Yeah.
Like, what do I mean by this feeling of discomfort? What am I trying to say? How do I explain it to you in a way that not only tells you how I feel, but doesn't let you down?
Yeah. And a lot of the time, what we learnt is, especially when it comes to things that might not be taken so well, if it can't come across as an accusation, it can't come across as a judgment. So we had to learn to kind of, if you did or said something that didn't sit well with me, if you say it straight away, sometimes you react and it comes across and it becomes an argument, which what happened a lot later on. So then we had to learn to kind of accept it and take it and see, okay, this is something that I didn't like. And then you have to strategically bring it up when we're actually having a loving conversation and say, when you did this, I really didn't like this. And
timing is so important. Like, you don't necessarily say how you feel at that moment. You don't be honest in your most raw hurt moment. That's not the point necessarily. If it, sometimes it could be the point, but at other times you have to think about what is the best time. Am I going to explain myself in the best way? Do I need my own time to process how I feel about this before I can actually verbalize it in a way?